What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So one of the things I've been doing for fun on the side is racking up credit card points. So over the last few years, I've basically been able to fly to Canada to visit family entirely for free just by opening up a credit card. I also have enough points at this point to basically fly anywhere in the world, round trip, for completely free and stay in world-class resorts for entirely free, again, just by opening up credit cards and taking advantage of credit card reward sign-up bonuses. And the best part about all of this is that it took just a few minutes to do, and here's how you can do it as well. So one of the things that most people don't know is you could actually profit quite a bit off credit card sign-up bonuses. And let's face it, credit cards really make their money from people who get a card, charge a lot of money on it, don't pay it off, make the minimum payments, and they end up paying like 20-30% interest on a credit card for stuff chances are they don't really need. The interest rates that credit card companies charge is just astronomical, it's through the roof, and people lose a ton of money each and every year by holding a balance on their credit card, not paying it off, and being charged an insane amount of interest on it. So let me share this little tip with you guys, but to lure customers in, credit cards will offer what's called a sign-up bonus, which means that if you spend a certain amount on your card within a certain time frame, they will give you points, or they will give you free travel, free airfare, sometimes cash back. They do these things expecting that they give you a little amount, and instead you charge up your card, you pay an insane amount of interest on it, and they end up profiting off that. So they might give you like a few $100, but in exchange for that, you end up paying thousands in interest over the lifetime of the card, and that's how they make their money. But you're smarter than that, and you're not gonna do that, and here's how. All you're gonna do is just hit the minimum spend, pay it off in full, rack up the points, and then that's it. It's pretty simple. If you understand this concept and you don't fall victim to it, it's actually possible to profit quite a bit and get a ton of free stuff with just really a few minutes of your time. And by the way, this is something not for beginners, and it's not for people who have just recently got their first credit card and are trying to build their credit. This is something that's a more advanced technique where if you've already had a few credit cards going and you already have some history, then you might be able to apply this. But this is definitely not for someone just starting out or a beginner when it comes to credit cards. So instead, if you're just starting out and you've just started to build your credit, learn from this video, take with it whatever you want, and learn what you can do in the future when you've already established some credit history. So now I'm going to be sharing some examples with you guys of what I've done. And I feel like this is one of those credit card commercials where they're like, so what's in your wallet? But I'm going to be showing you guys what's in my wallet and what I've done.
What's in your wallet?
So let's start out here with the American Express Gold Rewards card. And this is actually the first card I got for the points. There's an offer floating around online right now that you have to search for. And when you search for these offers, by the way, go incognito mode because that's how you get a lot of these things. There's an offer right now for 50,000 points for the American Express Gold card. And to get that, you spend $2,000 on this card in the first 3 months. Now, it's very important to note that you just don't go out there and spend like an extra $2,000 on stuff you don't need. Do not do that. Only do this if you're going to be spending $2,000 anyway, and all it means is that you put it on this card instead of paying with like a debit card or another credit card. If you go out and you spend $2,000 on stuff you don't need, it's not worth the 50,000 points. So just please keep that in mind. Only do this if you're going to be spending the money anyway, and just put it on this card instead. So now let's flash forward and say you've got the card, you spent your $2,000 in the first 3 months. Amex is going to deposit 50,000 points into your account. Now, for me, I can transfer that to an airline, which for me, I use Air Canada a lot because I have family in Canada, and I go back and forth to visit them. To me, 50,000 points is worth 2 round-trip airfare tickets to Toronto and back for entirely free. Each way going there is 12,500 points with Air Canada. So to me, each round-trip ticket costs anywhere between $400 and $500. That means that 50,000 points is worth between $900 and $1,000 in airfare, which I got for entirely free just by signing up for this credit card. And on top of that, you also get with this card a $100 airline credit, which you can use towards incidentals such as like Wi-Fi, food, baggage, all that sort of stuff. So that's worth another $100. So basically, this card, for me, the first year, is worth $1,000 to $1,100 just by signing up for this credit card, which takes a few minutes, just by spending the $2,000 in the first 3 months, which I would have done anyway. And there you go, you make $1,000 to $1,100 right there. That also doesn't include the purchase protection that you get with this. It also includes like theft protection, where if you buy something on this card and it gets stolen in the first 90 days, they cover it for you up to $10,000. So there are a ton of benefits by doing this, as long as you're responsible and as long as you can control your spending and not just be like, hey, I got a credit card, let me start like charging stuff I don't need. As long as you could avoid doing that, this is phenomenal. So now let's go back into the wallet of Graham Stephan and see what else I can pull out. Oh, what's this? We have an American Express Platinum card. So this is another card where I figured, listen, I'm going to be spending at least $5,000 in random stuff on my renovation. So what I get with this is 60,000 points when you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months. And again, I was going to be doing this anyway. By the way, this card is metal, which is like pretty cool. It's a pretty cool looking credit card. So anyway, I was going to be spending the $5,000 in the first 3 months anyway. So I figured I may as well sign up for this card, get 60,000 points. And with that, they also include a $200 airline credit and $15 a month off Uber. But the downsides of this card, it costs $550 a year charged up front. They do not waive it the first year. So already off the bat, I'm down $550. But once they deposit 60,000 points into my account, like I said with the American Express Gold, that to me with Air Canada Airline, which is also sometimes United, that's worth $900 to $1,000 right there for free. And airlines. Plus, not only that, I get an extra 10,000 points left over that I can use towards anything else, or I could save it up for another airline ticket. So even when you take into account the $550 that I had to spend for this, with the 60,000 points, the $200 airline credit, and $15 a month in Uber, I can still profit about $1,000 just by opening up this credit card. So it's basically like you just pay $550 and they give you back about $900 in profit. And then by the way, if after a year I'm not happy with this credit card and I don't want it anymore, that's fine. I could just downgrade it to another free American Express card, keep the account open, or I could just cancel it altogether and then use my points. And also, since the American Express Platinum is such a ridiculously luxury card, they send it to you in one of these. And I was actually shocked to find this is like a solid piece of wood that says American Express right there. They put the card right there. Like, how crazy is that? So let's keep doing this because this is fun. What else is in my wallet but a Chase Sapphire Reserve? Now, this is a card I've really liked and really enjoyed. I've had this card a little bit over a year now, and it was just under $500. I think it was $450 the first year. But with this, they give you 100,000 points, which for me was equal to 4 round-trip plane tickets to Canada. Again, that's worth between $1,600 and $2,000 to me in airfare. So again, 100,000 points. They also issue you a $300 travel credit. So right there, that's almost $2,300 in value from opening up this credit card and paying $450 for it. And then with that card, you also get priority pass and lounge access, which is pretty cool. If you get to the airport a little bit early, it's pretty neat to go to the lounge, enjoy some free drinks, some free food. It's pretty nice, and this perk is free when you sign up for the credit card. So this was a great one, but no, it's not over yet. Let's keep going. You can tell I'm pretty obsessed over this. In addition to that, I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Open this up, the card was free for the first year, and with that I got 50,000 points. Again, so this one cost me nothing for basically 2 round-trip plane tickets to pretty much anywhere in North America. So again, this is a free card that I got about $800 of value for absolutely free just by opening up this card. At the same time of doing that, I also opened up this one, the American Express Starwood card. They give you 25,000 points towards any Starwood resort for spending, I believe it was $3,000 in the first few months. So again, that equates to about 2 to 3 free nights at a pretty nice Starwood resort for basically, this. And the first year of the membership of this one is entirely free. So I saw it, I just signed up for the credit card, I put money on it that I would have ordinarily spent, and right there I get 2 to 3 free nights at a pretty nice hotel. I like staying at the Westin, but you guys, there's plenty of hotels with Starwood that you can, stay at. It's pretty cool. And there are plenty of cards out there where you can do this, get free stuff, and profit for very little work. And by the way, if you couldn't already tell, I'm a huge nerd when it comes to like credit cards and sign-up bonuses, and one of the websites I use pretty frequently is on Reddit, and it's the Reddit churning subreddit. So you go to just Google Reddit churning, you'll find it. People post these amazing deals or what they find, and then other users reply back with data points if they're able to get approved with the same offers. I found a lot of my bonuses just by going on the Reddit churning subreddit, reading up on what other people are doing, and copying that. There's also another very good website. It's called flyertalk.com. Pretty much the same thing. And then another good one is called The Points Guy. And he pretty much just explains the best ways to use these points and the best cards to get. And I really enjoy reading some of that. And some of these tips and travel hacks that you can do, he mentions them in his blog, which I would highly recommend you guys look into. So now here are 2 things I want to mention that are very important when it comes to this. The first thing is that a lot of people are worried it's going to affect your score if you open up new credit cards and close them out. This is somewhat true. This is why I don't recommend doing this if you're just starting out or if you're just a beginner. If you already have established credit history, it's really not going to make a huge impact on your credit score. I would not do this if you're going to be within about 6 months of buying a house or a car or getting a large loan. Do not do this. This is something that I would do if you don't have a big loan coming up in the next 6 to 8 months, just to err on the side of caution. Now, for me personally, I've noticed my score has actually only increased by doing this. Now, typically when you open up a credit card, you get an inquiry, which is when the credit card company looks into your account and they see what sort of credit limits are given to you and how your payment history is. When you get a hard inquiry like this, it dings your score by about 3 to 5 points usually. Now, this drop in credit is only temporary. It lasts about 6 months and then your score resumes as normal. Now, it's not a good idea to do this too frequently because that's going to increase the number of inquiries on your credit reports. And if you go and apply for a loan in the next 2 years, they see the inquiries and then they get worried that you're actively out there trying to get as much credit as possible and you're seen as a higher risk. So don't go crazy with this and apply for 20 credit cards in a few months. Do not do that. That's bad. But if you apply for a few here and there, overall, for your score, it's not going to make a huge difference. And if it's anything like me, it's actually helped my score to open up new lines of credit and get some more history going. The second thing I want to mention that's extremely important is that you need to be responsible with this. If you know you're the type to go to the mall and see the brand new TV and then look at your wallet and be like, wait a second, I have $30,000 available on this card, let me charge it, and then not pay it off. That is terrible. Do not do that. This needs to be handled responsibly. The proper way to do this is just spend the minimum on the card, reach whatever threshold you need to get the bonus, and then don't use the card anymore. That's really what I do. That's the way you can win. You do not want to start paying interest to credit cards because that totally negates all the benefit you get from signing up and reaping all the sign-up bonuses. The only way that you can win at doing this is not to pay interest to the credit cards. Instead, you gotta be responsible and you gotta pay off your account in full when you're done using it. And also, don't go spending other things that you don't need to buy just because you have available credit. Then, credit card companies also hope that even if you take advantage of the offer and then you charge up the card and you get the points, that you're just gonna be happy with the card and keep it anyway. Now, some cards I've been super happy with, like the American Express Gold has been a card I'm definitely not going to get rid of, even though it cost me $195 a year. The Chase Sapphire Reserve is another card I'm super happy with. Even if it cost me $450 a year, I get $300 back in travel credit plus all the perks of the card. I can't see myself getting rid of that card. Other cards I just haven't seen the value in, like the Amex Starwood card. I've never really used it. I didn't want to spend $95 a year to keep it, so I got rid of it. No big deal on that. So honestly, it's up to you. If you like the card and you don't mind paying the annual fee and you see benefit in it, great. Keep the card. If it's something you don't use, there's no point spending money to credit cards just to keep them open. that's the case, you can either downgrade the card to a free card or cancel it altogether. So using this strategy and browsing the internet and browsing Reddit, I've literally been able to profit thousands of dollars by opening up credit cards for absolutely free. It hasn't cost me a dime to do this, and I didn't spend any additional money that I wasn't already going to be spending. And like I said, free airfare, free travel, free hotel, free Uber, free. Using the strategy, being careful with it, not being an idiot and going and spending a ton of money that you don't ordinarily spend, you can make a lot of money by getting credit cards, and actually, if anything like me, improve your credit score in the process by opening up new accounts and paying them off in full. So as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy this. If you haven't already, make sure to click subscribe. And also, because I see everyone asking for this now, make sure to click that little notification bell so you know when I upload a video. That would be really cool if we get a cool notification squad going. So if you did that for me, I'd be pretty grateful. Also, feel free to add me on Snapchat and Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me. Thank you again for watching. It seriously means the world to me to see people enjoying it. Oh, make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this and leave a comment down below. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time. And by the way, just for the lulz, if you want to see how many credit cards I've been through so far, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10 of them. And I'm sure there might be a few others that I've forgotten about, but it's fun.